All right, today guys, we are going to be looking at Loveland, Colorado. We're going to be giving the 5 top reasons you should live or move to Loveland, Colorado, as well as the top 5 cons of living in Loveland, Colorado. Hope this is informative. Let's check it out. Okay, so again, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope that these videos are informative and you enjoy them. Remember to subscribe and follow, and leave me a comment about what you think are the top reasons that living in Loveland, Colorado. Or if you've been here for a while, show me what you think the top reasons are of maybe not moving to Loveland or moving somewhere else in northern Colorado. I'd love to get the feedback so I can share that with other people who are considering moving to northern Colorado. Me personally, I live in Loveland, Colorado. I have lived here now for almost 4 years. Moved up from Thornton near Denver, and I just personally love the smaller town feel of Loveland, Colorado. And what I think is pretty amazing is that it's not really a small town. It just has a small town feel. You can go downtown and really experience this really amazing vibe that has downtown Loveland with events, breweries, coffee shops, boutiques, there's fairs. There's always something happening in downtown Loveland. Everyone knows everybody. They're all connected. They all are involved with each other. It's just that really cool small town feel of Loveland, but you still have access to amazing amenities of a bigger town. We have all the shopping you're going to want. We have a mall. We have tons of outdoor sports. We have a lot of golf courses. We have pickleball, basketball, tennis. There's several pools. There's several gyms. There's the Chilson Center is an amazing rec center. Loveland really does have a lot of the big city feel for amenities, as well as having that small town feel of connectedness. We're also really close to a lot of other bigger cities where a lot of stuff is happening. Just up the street, 15-20 minutes, you have Fort Collins. You have the campus lifestyle up there. There's a lot of more breweries and restaurants and concert venues up there. You can go down south to Denver and you can go to the basketball games, the football games. You have Red Rocks over in Golden that's not too far away. You have Boulder just down the street. So Loveland is a very centrally located area. If you want to get out east to Greeley, you want to go up west to Estes Park in the mountains, Loveland is very centrally located. It's got a very unique vibe to it, and that's personally why I love living in Loveland. I know I'm saying the word love a lot when you say that a lot when you talk about Loveland, but I wanted to give a couple other reasons why I think you should consider moving to Loveland. First reason is the natural beauty here. It is a beautiful part of the state, a beautiful part of the country to live in. We have several rivers that flow through here, and lots of outdoor paths, walking paths, bike trails. It's just an amazing. There's another video I created that just talks about the outdoor amenities here in Loveland. You should check that video out. But that's one. Outdoor, just the natural beauty here in Loveland, Colorado. You have a Rocky Mountain backdrop outside every single day. I just go out there, look west, and there's the Rocky Mountains, and it's beautiful. Another thing is Loveland really does have a thriving economy. It does very well. There's a lot of big industries here. A lot of tech industry is here in Loveland and Fort Collins, but there's a lot in Loveland. And there's also a big hub for developing new businesses. There's a lot of startups here in the tech industry. We also have a lot of manufacturing of small computer parts here in Loveland, Colorado. There is a whole campus. It used to be the HP campus that's on the southwest side of town, and there's a lot of small businesses that are building out in there, getting started, working, there was a van company that was doing electric buses, electric vans there. There's just a lot of opportunity, economic growth here in Loveland, Colorado. And that's a great reason to move here. You know, you can always find a good job, you know that the economy is going well, and that there's amenities and supplies that are coming in to this part of town, to this city, that will help continue to grow and provide. Another reason is it does have a very family-friendly atmosphere. I know I spoke about that before with the vibe and the feel of downtown Loveland. There's a lot of parks. The school districts here are phenomenal. You should do some research, check them out. There's a lot of great school districts here in northern Colorado, and there's a lot of just family events. There's family-friendly events that Loveland does a lot, and whether big family, small family, there's a lot of cool events for single people as well. There's a lot of venues. Verboten Brewery does like a comedy night. There's several breweries around town you should always check out, but just has this amazing family-friendly atmosphere. The Loveland Chamber does a really cool scavenger hunt with scarecrows in the fall. That's coming up here soon. My son loves doing that. We also participate again the Chilson Center pool. There's a Chilson pool and Winona pool. It's the Winona pool, and we go there for swimming. My son does swim class there. He does dance class at the Chilson Center. We play basketball here. It's a very family-friendly town if that is something you are looking for. And then we also do have there's a lot of culture in Loveland. The people here love the city, and they want to continue to build into the city and make it an amazing place, developing more culture, developing more of that like I said, connectedness that we have in this town. And they do cool things like every single year for years now. They've been doing the Corn Roast Festival. That's just a fun melting pot of people. We have food trucks, we have activities, contests, and that's just one of the many events that they do here in Loveland every single year. We also have an amazing Christmas tree lighting ceremony in downtown Loveland. The place is packed. Last year it was freezing. I think it was below zero, but there was hundreds of us standing out there freezing, watching musical productions by high schools being done, and Santa Claus coming out, and then the Christmas tree being lit in downtown Loveland. Our 4th of July celebration, we have Lake Loveland. They set off fireworks over there if it's not too windy. The fireworks show is pretty good. When the wind picks up, though, that's happened a couple times now. They got it for safety reasons, can't really do much, but Loveland really does have this amazing culture about it, and it's just growing and building off of that. And then the quality, the 5th reason to consider moving to Loveland, Colorado, is the quality of life. So Loveland offers unparalleled quality of life. We have very low crime rate. We have affordable living for northern Colorado. It's maybe not as affordable as some other parts of northern Colorado, but if you want to be close to Fort Collins, close to Estes, close to Boulder, it's a great little area, a great town where there's some very more affordable housing and more affordable costs of living to consider, and it helps you pursue the dream. So those are the five things I say why Loveland is such a great place to live. All right, so now we're going to talk about 5 reasons that maybe you shouldn't move to Loveland. 5 cons of Loveland, Colorado. And the first one here, this really goes more for Colorado in general, is weather. So if you're not a big fan of changing weather, then don't move to Colorado because it can change constantly. We have very drastic changes in our weather here. It can be snowy blizzard one day, and the next day we're in the 70s. It can be the 70s, and the next day we have a downpour and it's rain. It can be a beautiful morning in the 80s. In the afternoon we have a rainstorm or a snowstorm that comes through. So, and Loveland, because of how close we are to the Rocky Mountains and where we're tucked in, we do see quite drastic fluctuations in weather, but again, that kind of qualifies for anywhere you're going to live in northern Colorado. One thing, I know this is a con I'm talking about, but I like it because there is a diversity in weather. So in the winter, you're not usually stuck with feet of snow all winter. The snow will usually, it comes, snows 6 inches or something, maybe a foot at the most. But within a couple of days, the sun's come out, we've hit 50s, 60s, and the snow's melted, and it's beautiful outside again. So yes, the weather changes, it's drastic, and that can be a con for some people if you don't want to deal with snow. You don't want to do that, but we're also not up in the Rockies. We're in the plains, and so they do a great job doing snow removal, easy to get around. You're not stuck at home, and it's not feet of snow that you're piled under. So another thing to consider, and I know I spoke earlier about cost of living and how Loveland is more affordable than some of the other places around, but overall, northern Colorado does have a higher cost of living than most other places, not just in Colorado, but in the West. So this last year, actually, northern Colorado saw the largest increase of cost of living. I believe it was 16-17% increase in the cost of living over 2 years. And that is the highest increase of an area in all of America. So it's something to consider, and it's because it is a very desirable place to live. People keep moving here, money keeps coming in, businesses keep coming in, and that has caused cost of living to rise so far the last 2 years. So that's something to consider if you're looking somewhere where cost of living is lower. Northern Colorado as a whole, maybe not the best place to look for, but Loveland is a good place comparable to Fort Collins, Windsor, Boulder, those other areas. It has a very good cost of living in northern Colorado. A third thing to consider is commuting. So if you do need to commute down to Denver or maybe up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, I-25 is the main freeway through northern Colorado. And if anyone has lived here for any amount of time, you know I-25 quickly turns into a parking lot. Yes, they're doing construction. Yes, they're expanding, but they're always 10, 15 years behind, it seems like, in the expansion of the freeway. And there's not a lot of other major highways. So that's just something to consider, that commuting can take some time. There is several different parts of town you can live in where there's back roads to get different places. So once you can get familiar with areas, but just be aware the commute in northern Colorado can be a bit challenging because of the I-25 corridor, and that being the main freeway north-south that everybody takes. A fourth consideration, if you don't live in Colorado currently, another thing to be aware of is altitude. And altitude sickness is a real thing. It can take some adjustments. It can affect other parts of your health as well, not just being able to hydrate properly. That's one of the big things is hydration with altitude, because you do dry out pretty quick. We're a very dry climate here in Colorado. Loveland sits not on the mountains again, we're down in the plains, and it is a high desert, really is what we are here, a high plains desert, and it gets very dry. So, and the altitude can cause other issues with that. So that's something to be aware of. You do adjust, you get used to it, but when you first move, just be prepared. You need to drink a lot of water and do a couple other activities that can help you with dealing with the altitude. But if you do have a lung condition of some sort, it can make it more challenging. I recently helped a gentleman who had COPD move out of state to Texas so he could be at a lower elevation to help with his lungs. So just something else to be aware of moving to Colorado. And the fifth thing to consider, and I say this for anywhere you move, is the community fit. Is it going to fit what your family needs, what you need personally, what your idea for how you want to grow your personhood, your culture, who you are? Is it a good community fit for you with moving to Loveland, Colorado? So you should come and visit, check it out. And I'd love to personally, if you want to come here to Colorado and see whether it's Loveland, Windsor, Greeley, Fort Collins, Longmont, anywhere in northern Colorado, all the way down to Denver, I would love to meet with you. We can tour around and look at the different communities, look at the different types of neighborhoods, because there is a large variety of the types of neighborhoods in northern Colorado and in Loveland, because we have homes that were built in the late 1800s and we have brand new construction. So we have the whole gamut of properties and communities and neighborhoods that you can live in if you want that downtown vibe in downtown Loveland or downtown Fort Collins, or maybe you want more of the urban feel or even the suburban feel. And we even have country, so you can go that whole gamut within maybe like a 25-minute drive from Loveland. So come and visit, check it out. If you are interested in learning more about northern Colorado, please subscribe and follow. And again, I'm Corey Frith with eXp Realty. You can find me at CoreyFrithRealtor.com. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.